All right, welcome everyone. We are Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Hajime no Ippo, Season 2, Episode 22.
222. And oh boy, we've got two hawks in the ring, and they're both too fast, but apparently...
And too furious.
Yeah, but apparently Brian is a bit too faster. Yeah.
Oh, way too fast. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that this has turned into a full-blown JoJo fight.
Yep.
And yet, okay, the Discord people sent us a video of, what's his name, Prince Nassim, I believe.
Yeah.
Fighting, just to show us, like, yeah, this is what it looks like in real life. And I'm like,
Okay.
I don't even...
All right.
I don't even know how this works. Like, I have more questions now than I did when I was seeing the over-the-top anime version of this.
Right.
So, what?
Yeah. Yep.
What? And
Takamura, good luck.
Yeah, the crazy thing is that in some ways, based on that style, you know, we can almost expect that he can have that same kind of movement, like, because we've seen it a little bit here, but even on the deadly strength scale side of things, with going in, because we've seen how he's been avoiding Takamura's punch by weaving his head out of range, which is ridiculous. That is just so freaking cool.
Yep.
But he can go in on Takamura too.
Oh, yeah. And he is right now.
Yeah. So, without further ado, let's get into this now.
For a while, Yep.
All right, I gave up on this one a while ago. Every attempt I make on it, it's all just me just refusing to give up.
Yeah.
It's that resolve spirit, you know, that you get when you go into the ring and you're like, all right, yeah, let's duke this out. You know?
I do think this is exactly what it's like for Takamura and Ippo when they're in the middle of a really intense fight.
You're like, is it gonna be a left? Is it gonna be a right? You're like, is it gonna be, you know, fast timing on this word? Is it gonna be half tempo, you know?
So,
I love seeing how much this season has been Ippo in the stands, you know? Cheering on people. So, I want some good stuff in that regard. Yeah. Brawling battle.
alright.
Let's go. Whoa! Oh!
Alright.
Oh my god!
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh! 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 Whoa!
Oh.
Alright, he broke his tempo there.
Yep. Oh man.
Yep. Crap! Oh! A lot of his movement is useless. It doesn't actually give him an advantage. Oh. The way his guard is so down compared to Takamura's. Oh, wow.
The taste of, you know, the big ocean, basically.
Yep.
That is insane.
Come on, Takamura! Oh my god!
Oh no!
Oh! Oh my god!
Second down right there. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Takamura! 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 Takamura!
Okay. Come on, get up, man.
Oh my god. Yeah!
Alright.
Yep, he's gotta
Okay.
resume the stance, he's gotta look at him in the eyes.
Alright.
He's lumbering forward. Oh no, Takamura's barely.
Wait, what?
He's just going to his corner. Oh. Oh, buddy.
Shit.
Whoa.
Oh, God.
Buddy. Get up. Oh. Oh my God.
Okay. He doesn't even remember what happened.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh, come on, buddy.
Oh, boy.
I can like hear his death rattle starting to go. Oh. Just survive. Just survive.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Thank you for answering that question.
All right.
Oh!
Oh, come on.
Whoa, whoa.
Okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
All right.
Whoa. Oh my God, I love how they show it lying down like that.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Whoa.
Got him.
Wait. What's happening? Is he fainting? Oh!
Okay.
Oh!
All right.
Oh, Takamura! Falling back at the basics!
How is he doing this when he's taking such a beating?
He's stepping
Gotcha.
in. He's basically fighting like Ippo. He's getting really, really close.
Sure, okay. That was... Yeah!
Yeah. Oh, his eyes are green. Oh, he's ready for it now. He's ready for it now.
Oh!
Oh!
Yeah!
Whoa!
Yeah! Hell yeah!
Oh
Yes!
my God! What a
Yes!
reversal!
Yep. The one that Kamigawa drilled into your thick skull over and over.
Yeah, there's like no,
Uh-huh.
there was like no damage to it necessarily.
Yep. No, that was awesome.
Yeah. My neck is killing me. Oh,
Okay. All right. All right.
Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right.
Oh, Takamura's pompadour.
But the thing is,
is
the only damage that Hawk took there was maybe to his pride. Like,
right.
almost no physical damage.
Breathe, buddy. Oh. Oh my God.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can knock him down.
And that your boxing works. Yeah. Straight up, the video that I watched of Prince Nazim was basically saying that one of the dangers. Oh, hey,
Oh.
bro. Oh, he's angry.
Yeah, uh-huh. Right. Yeah, okay,
Oh.
okay. This is how you can maybe beat him, Takamura. Oh, when he comes back up? Alright. Right, but this is how you defeat him. You attack his ego, not his actual fighting style. Well,
Right.
fighting style too, but don't let your ego mess this up though, Takamura.
Oh. Look at that face.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Are they like playing the mental game now? Oh. Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
All right.
Takamura the bear.
Let's go.
Oh,
There we
the part with the
go.
OP.
There we go. No. No way. No. He's going back to his roots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, let's do this.
I love anime so much. This is everything I wanted and more.
Yeah. Wait.
Oh yeah. There it is.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's go.
Wow. Wow. He can bring in those punches from such a wide angle in.
Okay.
Shoulder block. Okay. Oh, he goes in!
Oh.
Whoa!
All right.
Oh, they traded. Traded.
All right. Is second to none.
Oh, he's up. He's up.
Yeah.
He's up. Oh, is this it?
There's no way.
Oh my god. He just barely dodged it.
Wow.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait, wait, wait. It did hit him a little bit. Just a little bit. That's why he's so slow right now.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
That was almost an Aoki punch right
I
there.
know.
Oh, he's pissed.
All right. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Man, the balls on that ref stepping between them.
Yep. Yep. Oh, he's listening now.
Oh.
Backstory.
We're getting backstory. All right. Oh boy, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, that sounds like a kill him. Go kill him.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh!
Wait.
Oh!
I was expecting it to go very differently there. But against someone that's instinctual like Hawk, this is perfect. All right.
Let's go! Yeah! Oh. Okay.
Yeah. That looked like a real ringer.
Yeah, Hawk like had that empty look in his eye and then shut his eyes for a brief second there. Everyone's looking this way. Ippo's like, why do I hear boss music? What?
Right. Yeah.
We're in this for the distance, y'all.
Are we gonna see the end of the fight this episode?
No. This is saying basically that the whoa, what? What is he doing?
Oh!
He's declaring victory early?
Yeah.
He's like, this is gonna be it.
That is that is going to make Hawk literally mad with rage.
Yes!
That is how you end an episode.
Let's go!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, I'm so hyped.
good.
We said it before in the beginning, in the build up for this fight. We're like, Takamura will not lose.
Right.
There is
He's
no
gotta
way.
win, but
there is no way.
oh my
And
god!
now here we are. Okay, so one of the things that I was like thinking would be if they wanted to have this be a Takamura wins through some technical simple stuff, is that his movements are some that he can only follow through X number of times, right? His dodges, his weaves, hawks. So basically what you do is you keep feinting in, making him make those movements until he only has like 1 or 2 left. And then you execute your combination.
Gotcha.
But he didn't need to do that.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
Well,
what else is there to say? Takamura, you badass. You badass, man.
I love this episode so much.
This episode,
fight,
this fight.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I am just a bit speechless. Because okay, at the beginning, Takamura's getting his ass handed to him, right?
Yep.
And
gets knocked down twice.
And the second one, he gets hit so hard, he doesn't even realize he was knocked down. Like that part where he just sort of stumbles forward after he gets back up.
Right.
What?
I have to assume going through his mind, he's like, wait, why are you so aggressive? What's behind me? It's like he almost forgot where he was. If he then sees, Hawk again, he's like, isn't like the round over or something? Like he's not even expecting to be boxing or anything.
Right.
And oh my god, the amount of just terror that was in our heart seeing Takamura go down for a second time and then barely surviving as Hawk goes in for the kill at multiple points.
And that whole thing of the fact that getting knocked down 3 times doesn't actually give a win.
Good.
That's very good to know, not just for Takamura's case, but also for the case with Hawk, because, even if he had done the whole easy knockdown thing again and again, even if it had worked,
it does give
meant
points.
Anything. Yeah, it does give points, but let's face it.
This is not going to end with points.
This is not going to end with points.
No. This is Hajime no Ippo.
Exactly.
This is going to go for 9, 10 rounds or something like that.
And then it's going to end with a very satisfying
bloody mess on the mat.
Blood everywhere and faces getting smashed in.
Yeah, both the challenger and the champion.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so we have established now the rhythm for how this fight is going to go into probably the second half here. So going into round 5, so they've gone through at least the first third, potentially the first half. Hawk has given way more damage to Takamura. Takamura's hits where he knocked him down did no damage. Right. Nothing.
They just hurt his ego.
Right, exactly. The biggest damage Takamura did was making him make a bunch of wisdom saving throws, and he failed them over and over again.
Yeah. Now
and then even vibe checked him a little bit as well.
Right. Now, Takamura has been, recovering on the damage battle in the slugfest.
That time to just kind of sit and
right. He's been recovering, but also he's been recovering as far as he was behind on damage by a lot, and he's been
gaining
that back.
Yep.
We don't know exactly how much he's been gaining that back. I got the sense that it wasn't too quickly, right? Like he was winning, and it's like, if this keeps up, great, but he had a pretty big deficit at the beginning.
Right. There were 2 things that we got that were big, I would say, kind of technical reveals with regards to Hawk's style that's really important. One, he's not actually faster than Takamura. That's really important to know, because if he was faster, I think this fight would be over by now. The main thing is that Takamura's speed doesn't give him an advantage, meaning that Takamura usually was this deadly combination of having
speed
insane power and speed that shouldn't be in this weight class. Like, it should be from a lower weight class. So he would just overwhelm his opponents and destroy them. And by the time they had, enough to fight back, they had already taken so much damage, it was already over.
Right, but Hawk's so slippery that the speed doesn't really account for much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Hawk's brawling style leads to him being able to deliver punches that Takamura just has trouble being able to predict and block against. So when Hawk then does end up getting caught on his back foot, oftentimes the best choice he has to stay, up on the mat and not on the ground, basically, is throwing a punch that can throw off Takamura's momentum. But Takamura is now actually being able to
beat him at that.
into those.
Right.
And basically going too close for the punches to even mean anything. And he does like these crosses and these little jabs and stuff that are just keeping him on the back foot. And it's working.
Yep,
it's working.
And I love that both of them have never had to have a fight like this before. Because neither of them have ever really needed to compete seriously at this level.
When they were street brawling.
Well, when they were street brawling or when they were boxing. Because in the case of Hawk, people weren't able to keep up with his dodges and stuff, so he could just use that and they couldn't hit him and he would destroy them when they had those openings and everything. And there they would go, right? With Takamura, well, he's never had someone that he had to actually, he's never gotten knocked down due to damage, right? So now it's like, okay, this guy can actually do that.
Yeah.
I need to figure out how to get him to stop squirming around and stuff and then square off against me. And then, hey, maybe I can actually win that. And he is winning that, and I love that he's bringing out these wacky punches he drops down to almost the seated position to block the shot at his head and then does an uppercut while doing...
squatting, basically.
Right, while basically squatting. It's like, all right, yes, Aoki.
It was almost an Aoki punch.
Learned that from you.
Or it would be funny to know if Aoki actually kind of learned something like that from Takamura, and it's just an evolved Takamura punch.
Sure.
Because really, they all learn from Takamura just by seeing him as their icon. I wanted to say though that he does have experience fighting at this level and against boxers with this thing there. Hawk does, because that was what made him basically not be worried by Takamura's speed. Takamura doesn't have experience fighting at this level. Like, he has none. But Hawk does. That was why Takamura's speed and all that wasn't an issue. And that's because he's been the world champion for so long and fought and probably defended his title
This is
so
his
many
first
times.
defense.
Okay, it is his first defense. That's right. Okay, gotcha. Is it really his first defense?
Yeah, that was something that I was kind of surprised by too when they mentioned it. But this is is his first defending match.
I think then that it must be something where you're right then that he doesn't have the experience, but
not that he hasn't fought people that were fast, but the idea that people haven't been able to keep up with those lean back, dodges and things like that. So when Takamura basically showed that's not going to work, your technique is useless against me, kind of a thing.
Right.
It's like, oh shit. All right. Okay. Well, then let's go for a more direct approach.
Gotcha.
Which he doesn't usually have to do.
That's probably the case. Yeah. The undefeated nature of it, he has, I think, only like 3 or only less on one hand, basically a number of fights that didn't end in a knock.
Yeah, down. And I think you're right. I think it was 3.
Yeah, it was a small number
out of I think like 20.
Yeah, a lot, and that leads towards him having this ego here. And Takamura then starts to attack that as Takamura starts to get a little bit of his own rhythm back.
Yep.
And it's working. But I wanted to bring up also that if we were trying to figure out the points at which Takamura actually did start to do damage to him, there are a couple points where you can see that Hawk then actually does hesitate at little points and stuff. And I think what it is when I start going into the brawling exchange here, and they trade hits, and Takamura gets up faster.
Yeah.
And I think this is something they're just going to go into here, is that Hawk, Takamura's stronger than you. And it's just going to be as simple as that. And one of the things that they said the beginning, like before the match, was this is just going to come down to whoever is stronger.
And Takamura is from 6 weight classes up, so
Takamura might just be stronger.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy to think about this fight in the context of the story that we got leading up to it. Takamura killed his body in order to get here. And now he's showing potentially that he's stronger than the world champion. This was what Kamigawa saw and why he was like, I need to make this guy a boxer.
Right.
And thus, that strength is the thing that's going to win this. But the thing that gave him the opening, the thing that shifted this out of here, is going to be Takamura falling back on his roots after he kind of used Kamigawa's boxing to humiliate the champion. He's then going to say, hey, family, are you watching this?
Right.
Remember the side of me that you didn't like?
Yeah.
Remember that? That's what's going to beat the world champion.
Yep.
Because he used the Chief's boxing, but unfortunately the Chief's boxing is getting countered. So he needs to be careful about over reliance on it, because then he'll get predictable and then he'll get countered.
Yep.
So now that he's going into the unpredictable, wild, animated style that reminds his family of what they didn't like about him, I think this is poetic.
Yeah.
In that regard.
And the other thing that I absolutely loved is that even though Kamigawa's boxing, wasn't working against Hawk, right? Because Hawk specializes in taking down those kinds of boxers.
Yeah, had like a short counter life, basically.
Right. Yeah. Takamura still ended up using that jab, that Kamigawa drilled into his head over and over and over and over
to save him in that round.
That round, and to show to Kamigawa that it wasn't just even about the fight, but to show to this guy that took him in, that became like his real dad.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That, you know what? You did good. You did really good. And thank you for everything that you taught me and everything that you gave me.
Yeah.
I understand it.
Right.
And now it's time to put it aside.
Right. Yeah.
Because now we've got to settle this the old-fashioned way.
We've got to allow the son to go and be free and leave their father behind, if you will.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
In some ways, what might be beautiful about this fight, I'm just going to predict a conversation now.
Okay.
Takamura wins. He's the world champion, right? Kamigawa, in his pride and just good proud, and he's like, now that you're the world champion, you're gonna have so many people coming up to you and offering you tips and skills and tricks and stuff. And in that world, you might not need me.
No.
I know.
Why would you say this,
I'm just saying, this just makes sense.
Why would you say
and then
this?
you know what Takamura's gonna do is, he's gonna sense that
Burger.
Burger,
Yeah.
GG.
Yeah, right.
You think I would trade you for some of these dumb pricks out there?
Yep.
You and I are going all the way. Let's go to the next weight class. And you're going to see Kamigawa do the where the shadows go over his eyes.
He pulls his hat down.
Yeah. He's going to be whatever. And then he's going to cry and walk away. And Takamura's going to be like, hey, it was good fun, wasn't it? Seeing him go down from your left, and then Kamigawa's gonna be like, or something like that.
Right.
Like that exchange, I need it. I need it so much.
It must happen.
It just, it's so good.
And then right after that, conversation with the older brother.
If he actually shows up, I
want it. Not something that Takamura seeks out at all.
Personally, I want the older brother to be there, but I want the older brother to kind of have that moment of
realization and then just saying nothing.
Well, right, watching him from afar, and we get some internal thoughts, and then it's, I don't think he necessarily wants to see me right now, but
sure, yeah,
maybe he goes to the sister and the younger brother and goes, "You looked good out there, didn't he?" And they're like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yeah." Reminds me of when he was, younger and defending me and defending my pride in the stands and stuff like that.
Do you know what would be even better?
What?
Older brother doesn't talk to Takamura, right? Because he sees, how it is, and he realizes that. But we end up seeing Takamura's dad for the first time, and the dad's like, "So what's up with the whole Takamura thing or whatever?" And then he kind of says something that sort of stands up for Takamura, right? That sort of, putting him in a good light, in front of the dad, totally in private, so it's not something that will ever be noticed by Takamura, right? Or even the other siblings, but he knows he did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we've got our predictions in for that. We also are just continuing our prediction with regards to Takamura winning. I love how the slap on his back is still got the red imprint there throughout the fight. That's just good to see. I loved how the coach of Hawk was starting to get a little bit worried here based on how things have gone. So we need now to see the parallels of these two men and how their origins, led them to this point. From Hawk's perspective in the next episode. They've teased it. They've set it up. I can't wait for them to go into it. I would love to find out that, yes, maybe he did end up becoming a gymnast or something. But now that I've seen Nazim fight and what have you, no, he just might just fight like this. That's the whole thing there. But it's this moment here when Takamura gets up a little bit faster and he's standing over him
and does that punch down into the mat.
Right. But it's that point where the coach is just like, his strength can conquer the world, and you see for this brief second that Hawk is like kneeling before the god of the ring, basically, and has this moment of like, oh shit, and Takamura goes for like a boss in a video game punch, that's like almost like, when would you ever punch like that? Because he punches into the mat and like shakes the whole environment and stuff. And that brief bit of fear. But the way they made it seem here was that Takamura grazed him. Like Takamura didn't entirely miss. And that was something that kind of surprised me here, because when Takamura went down to go for that big punch, Hawk didn't quickly jump back in on him there.
Takamura followed it with the left, and I think the left was what grazed him, not the downward hit.
Okay, let me watch that again real quick here, because people are like, they were saying that it did graze him, but you're right. It was clearly the left. Yeah, the left grazed him on his own left side. Yeah, because you can see his eye shut reflexively.
Yeah.
Yep. But like, look at freeze frames where you can see that Hawk is actually a little bit afraid of Takamura. So I got to give a shout out also to the people that animate this show. Oh my god, yes. Because this fight was a visual treat, but even more so was the face animations, which are, tougher to make look good, I would say, than, because it's little micro expressions and things like that.
The part where I think after Takamura knocked him down for the second time with the jab, and Hawk gets back up, and he has that like animalistic snarl. The amount of detail that went into just showing all the contortions of his face as he was getting ready to go back in and attack Takamura. Like, that was so good. Like, I don't think I've ever seen an anime snarl, kind of a deal that was that good. Like,
it's properly built up, I would say, by the story that brought these two fighters to this place. However, I knew this had to come eventually, and now we have seen Hawk in a humble position, I would say. Because he's now losing in the tempo side of things. Right. He's still strong, so he could still counter Takamura and end the fight. But when Hawk has his back story, his past brought up, we see that little bit of humanity coming into his eyes there. Like, it was almost like he expected his coach. He was like, whoa. Yeah. I appreciate we're talking about this one-on-one. But remember, we don't talk about this. Right. Like, it was that look of just like, this is our secret.
Right. Like, and I think it almost felt like that was being communicated by the fact that they talked about the backstory, but they didn't actually show it. It's like, you know,
they showed like the streets.
Right. They showed the streets, but we didn't actually see Hawk back then.
True.
Right. And that almost felt like it was something where it's like, hey.
Yep.
Yeah. You're able to bring it up and I'll let you do that.
Right.
But that's it.
Yeah.
You know,
You're just telling me to remember. That's good. I appreciate that.
All right.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah.
Right. And yet, the idea where he kind of has this like
look to the side
and look to the right, that's embarrassment. That's a little bit of shame. Like not necessarily just shame, but also like a thing of where, you know, when you look up, you're trying to think of something. When you look down, that's I would take more shame actually. But when you look away and to the side,
it's the avoidance.
It's the avoidance. Yeah, exactly. It's basically you saying, yeah, I'm not actually wanting to remember that.
Right. It almost seems like maybe it's something where, because he grew up in the slums and everything, like even with how he would dress and everything, with like straight up bling and whatnot, like it very much makes me think of somebody that wasn't anybody, and as a result, once they get it all,
they live it up.
They live it up as much as possible.
Totally.
because you know, as much as right, it's
society.
Contrast, and as much as it might be something to agitate his opponents, it also seems like it potentially could be something where they're sort of distracting themselves from the fact, in sort of putting on that show for themselves to keep proving to themselves that, yes,
right,
I am this golden god.
Yeah. But hey, we're going into round 5. Takamura lets out a roar
and he raises both fists to the sky.
Watch me, that I am going to knock him out right here, right now.
Like that shot.
And I love the art. The art with the lighting is so good. Like I can see the manga panel in my mind. Like this is something where they're basically like, we're not going to animate this really. We're just going to shake the frame and stuff.
In some ways, I feel like that's more effective.
Yeah, because I just want to behold this this art. This is just so good. And I love that as the fight has gone on, Takamura's pompadour has slowly but surely been just destroyed.
Yeah.
So you could say he is letting loose all bits of his pride, you know, because his pompadour is like, yeah, I've got a big dick and I just, you know. But now he's like, no, I'm just gonna cut loose and get ugly.
Yeah,
and just
and I love that in contrast with the whole thing of, hey, remember your roots, Hawk, because it really did, like you were saying, it seemed like he was saying, go out and kill him.
Right.
Like you know,
like you are the kind of person where if someone messed with you, you know, in New York, they would be beat to the inch of their life, if that.
Right. That would be you know, you when you were feeling merciful, you know, like,
right, yeah.
So, but then it didn't go the way we thought, right?
Right, because Takamura still has the edge. And
Takamura still has the edge.
Tempo, yeah.
But that makes me wonder, like, it's ending on such a positive note here.
That's what I'm telling you, man. There's like 4 or 5 more rounds.
Yeah. Like,
we're gonna see like 3 more reversals.
Right. Yeah, probably. and it's going. I feel like it has to become an endurance contest at some point, even if it's not like a straight endurance match.
It is already, I think.
Okay.
I really think it is already.
Because I feel like that's the way that they could sort of like backpedal sort of on this amazing high that this episode ended on without it feeling forced in any way, because we knew that had to come in at some point, you know?
Yeah.
That other shoe to drop kind of a feeling.
Right. And there have been fights in the show in the past where a fighter gets pushed into the corner and they start to play dirty. And it's not just like cheating kind of playing dirty, but they start to basically abuse something that would be like the equivalent of in a fighting game. You have a move that you start spamming because it's just a little bit hard of a hard counter against the person you're fighting. And since Takamura was getting hard countered before, we haven't seen Hawk's learning capability when it comes to absorbing a way to beat the style of the opponent that he's going up against, because the fights probably don't last that long.
Right.
But in this case here, I think it would be foolish to assume that he wouldn't have that capability, even if it's maybe a little slower than Takamura's. Because Takamura then figured out how to beat Hawk in that previous style rather quickly. Right,
because even though Takamura came from this place as well, he hasn't necessarily been in this place as long, right? Because he's been working on this other side of fighting.
Yep.
The Hawk's been living here.
Yeah.
You know,
that's true.
Like, and Takamura used to live there, right? But there could be a difference that comes in there, and will that be good for Takamura or bad for Hawk, or good for Hawk, or
especially
or a
in the
bit
short
of
or
both?
the long run.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
But y'all, like I'm so glad that I'm in the stands with our boys just watching this one. This is one of the best fights in anime I've ever seen, and now it's still going. It's still going. So yeah, let's go all the way. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us and the community there about this show, about anime in general, and you can also talk with Jacob about the sci-fi novel that he wrote.
Yes, so I wrote a sci-fi novel called Battle Lines. It has some pretty crazy awesome fights in there. If you want to check out those crazy awesome fights, it's on Amazon. The link is in the description.
Yes, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.